buying a real estate is inherently risky. In this video, I am going to share with you what are the investment risks that you have when you buy an investment property and how you can mitigate those. In fact, if you do this, then your investment will not at all will be risky. You can mitigate all this risk. So let's dive into it. The first fear that you have is, if I buy an investment property, what if it is not rentable? What if the tenant I could not find a tenant? And that's the number one risk that every budding investor has. What you can do is think a little bit for a moment. Is it really that the market, or is it because of you? As long as people are living in the house, your property will be rentable. The question is, what kind of rent you are asking? Are you asking over the market rent? Or is your property is not suitable for rent? Is your property have all the facilities that is needed to create an emotion between the buyers? And these are the things, these are the questions that you have to ask. As long as somebody who is living next door and renting it, so your property will also be rented. You might have to reduce the rent a little bit because you're asking too much, or you might have to fix certain things because without those that emotion appeal is not being done. These are the things you need to ask and you need to do. Any property can be rented with the market rent, and people are, as long as people are living in the house, somebody will be happy to live, to rent your house as well. So not able to rent my property is not a fear at all. In fact, it's not a risk at all. If you are willing to do things, to fix certain things, if you are willing to go with the market, your property will be rented as well. I always tell people that any property can be rented as long as you are asking for a market rent, as long as you are fixing things that needs to be done, and your house, your property can create a kind of emotion that the tenant is looking for, that they call is at their house, then they are happy to rent your house. So I'm sure that if you do this, if you are struggling to even rent your property, then look around that what are the things that you can do so that it can be rented. The second investment risk that you have is, what if my house get destroyed, because of flood or fire, or the tenant does a huge damage and then just moves away. This kind of fear, this kind of investment risks are also there. And if you look closely, that all the sophisticated investors, what they do, they take insurance. As long as you have taken the right insurance, then this problem can be mitigated easily. Because as I said, real estate investment is inherently risky. This risk will be there. However, you as an investor need to make sure that you are mitigating this risk by taking that appropriate insurance, so that in the event this happens, then the insurance company is going to pay you and you are not everything from out of your pocket. What type of insurance you are going to take? Talk to an insurance broker. Find out what type of insurance that you need. And it also depends on the individual risk profile. If you are not taking insurance in your investment property, then you are taking a huge risk, because without insurance, then if something happens, you would be everything that you have to pay from your pocket, and it can be very, very nasty. So insurance is something that you have to consider while you are buying, and it can mitigate the risk. If you find this video is helpful, then like this video, subscribe my channel and turn the notification bell on, so you get to see more videos like this. And also the YouTube algorithm will help me to reach out to more people like you. And the third investment risk that you have is, you bought a property with paying everything and you don't have any cash buffer, and suddenly some unexpected expenses comes and you have to pay and you don't have money. The best way that you can mitigate this risk and have some sort of a cash buffer. I always tell people that it depends on a 2 to 3% of your property price. Let's say if it is a 500,000 property, it's better to keep a $10,000 buffer, and in case something happens, and then you can fix things, and that cash buffer can be used. So having a cash cushion and cash buffer is going to help you to mitigate all the risk that can come. The fourth investment risk is not having a good property manager. In fact, some of them do not have a property manager, and it is risky in my opinion, because not having a property manager, then insurance, whenever at the time you claim insurance, something that you are, if you're self-managing, you can make a mistake that can jeopardize your whole insurance claim. So it's better to always have a good property manager who knows what they are doing. Even though you are paying 6 to 8% of your rental return, you will ensure that at the long run you are mitigating this risk by taking a proper property manager. Sometimes an incompetent property manager can become a risk for you, because that person might not do all the checks, that property manager will not follow the rules, and it might become a problem. Any property can be tenanted as long as you are following that market trend, you are asking the right kind of questions to your agent, that what would be the market rent, and you do the proper due diligence, and you are not asking something that is well and above. There are certain emotional appeal that comes with your property, and if you can create that emotion, then the property will be tenanted quickly. So these are the things that you need to consider while you are asking. So investment risk is a bit of dry topic, but if you don't do this, just double check that you are following this and minimizing the risk. Go and watch my other videos. I regularly create videos regarding investment and particularly real estate investment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.